guys, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we are looking into a specific no contact and or separation situation, their current thoughts about you, and I've also got some messages from them coming out for you. I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is this blue highlighter, alright, and pile number two is this orange highlighter. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the pile's messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I've never reached out asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading. So just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. If you're hearing noise in the background, that's actually really heavy rain and such good energy. I thought, why not? Let's do a reading together, all right? So I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi, pile one. For those of you who chose the blue highlighter, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into your reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty. Pile one, this is specifically for a no contact and or separation situation. What are pile one's person's current thoughts about pile one, please? I'll take that, I'll take that. I'll take that. Pile one's person's current thoughts. Okay, I'll take that. So we've got the Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, the Fool, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I've also got your oracle cards, so let's get into those. This is for later. I'll just keep that aside. We have Fork in the Road. We have Renewal. We have Opportunity. We have Silence. We have Instinct. We have Tea. And we have Turtle. All right? Okay, so right off the bat, the separation or no contact situation between you and your person, it's actually affecting your person a lot. I mean, this is deeper truths that your person is unlocking because of this separation or because of this time apart from you. Pile one, there's actually a lot going on your person's end, and let's get into it, all right? So in this silence, I mean, you might not have heard from your person, or you could be the one setting boundaries. It could go either way, but this silence between the two of you, your person's actually using it as an opportunity to gain deeper insight into themselves, into a deeper understanding of this connection and what it means to them. Your person right now feels that both of you are at a point where there needs to be a decision made about your connection, you know, whether you are going to move forward or whether both of you are just going to call it quits and walk away from this connection. So your person's at that point where they feel there are two decisions, like there are two choices, and there needs to be a decision that has to be made between the two of you. Your person wants a renewal in this connection, but they honestly have no idea how you're feeling, and they're hoping that they will be able to work on this with you. But at the same time, if this is not something that you want, your person will be very respectful of that, and they will walk on their own, even though it's not what they want. They have hopes for a renewal in this connection, but right now, they understand that the choice that needs to be made has to be both of your choices. It can't just be this person. If you were to give them an opportunity to redo this connection or give this connection a renewal, Pile 1, it looks like your person's going to take the maximum use of that opportunity, as in they're not going to let that opportunity go to waste. In their current thoughts right now, the reason why they're really hoping for an opportunity to prove themselves is because they've actually done a lot of inner work. All right, they have taken the time to walk away from what's not serving them, whether it is their thoughts, their beliefs, their actions, whatever did not serve both of you in the past, whatever led to a breakdown of communication between the two of you. Your person has actually successfully, I see this a little bit more as past energy, your person has very successfully moved past all that. For some of you, it could also be other people's judgment, people's opinion. I'm also getting that. Take that as it resonates. It could be for a few of you. But the way that I see it is, your person, they walked away from what was not serving them because they feel that both of you are soulmates for life, and they feel that resonance with you that they don't feel with anyone else. Frankly, they don't think that they will be happy spending a life with anyone else but you, Pal 1. And so it's those realizations that have kind of pushed this person a little bit, or acted as a catalyst for this person to walk away from what was not serving them. For some of you, it could be other people. For some of you, it could be third-party energy. It doesn't have to be a person. It could even be maybe their finances, maybe their self-esteem, what was not working for them. But the common theme for all of you is your person, they have walked away from what was not serving them, and they've created that stability within themselves so that if you were to give them an opportunity, then they would be able to take full advantage of that. That's the point that they're at. And the fork in the road is basically on your end, Pal 1, the decision that you have to make, which your person's, like, they're hoping that you will give them an opportunity, like you will choose them. But on the other hand, even if you don't, they're going to make peace with that, you know? All right, so another thought that's coming through with your person right now is they want to spend time getting to know who you are today. So it's possible that the separation might have gone over a period of time, or even if it has been a short period of time, maybe there's been a big transformation in both of you. And so your person really wants to sit down, wants to kind of have a chat with you, kind of understand where you're at, who you are today, and take the time to truly get to know you. It's also possible that at one point this person might not have taken the time nor put in the effort to actually get to know you. Maybe they just wanted to keep things surface level. That's also another message that's coming through. But today, because of the spiritual growth that has happened with your person, they've understood that they can't go on that way, you know? They can't expect a deep connection with someone without making the effort to deepen the connection. And your person is willing to put in the effort. There's a lot of action-oriented energy that's coming through, and it's like hitting me right in my face. So it's like very, very forceful energy that is coming through as well. Now, with T over here, I really do feel that for some of you, there might be people against this connection, or people who might be very judgmental about both of you being together, or people not in favor of this connection. It does seem like that, because even when I was channeling the Eight of Cups, I was getting there are a few people who are not for this connection, but today, the energy that your person is in is that they actually don't care. And the phrase that's coming through is, doesn't matter if, people want to gossip about us, but I want to give this a shot, And your person understands that it will have to start step by step between the two of you. Like, you can't pick off where you left off, but you can create something even more beautiful. And for some of you, this could have been a connection that had a false start, or it could have been a connection where things moved too fast, too quick, and then it just crashed and burned. Because there's a lot of emphasis that's coming through in your reading right now, Pal 1, that this person wants to take things step by step. And it doesn't matter if it's slow as long as there's progress, And your person's being very, very intentional about it. Like, Yes, they want to take this leap of faith. Yes, they want to just, rush right in, but they understand that to have a beautiful connection that is meaningful and deep, you have to put in that time and effort. And that is a common theme for your reading today, Pal 1. Your person is understanding, like a very, very deep truth that your person is understanding is a connection requires time and effort, and it requires intentional effort that needs to be put in. And you can't have things go at your pace. It needs to go at the pace of the connection unfolding in a way that both of you are comfortable. And there also needs to be effort on both sides. You can't just let the connection flow. That doesn't happen. You have to work on it. And your person's understanding that right now, or they've already understood it, and they are eager to come forward and let you know all of these lessons that they have learned. All right? So they understand that there's going to be a lot of time that they have to invest in nurturing this connection, and today your person is ready. So it looks like at one point this person wasn't ready, or they didn't think that it needed that much of an effort on their end. But no, today things are very, very different in your person's energy. All right? And they're understanding, Pal 1, that yes, whatever has gone down between the two of you, or whatever has gone down in your individual past, it doesn't have to repeat. And sometimes something beautiful can come out of the chaos and the confusion that has happened between the two of you at one point. And your person's hoping that you will give them a chance. They right now are waiting. There's a lot of waiting energy, because I think that you maybe have not made a decision, or this person's waiting to tell you or give you the opportunity to choose them or not to choose them. They want to give you that choice. And so if there's a pause right now, I mean, we did go into no contact and separation, but it looks like right now, based on the current energies, your person could be waiting for the right time to reach out to you, because it doesn't seem to me that they know where you are at, but they're getting ready. Like the energy is like bubbling inside of them, and that's what I'm feeling as well. Bubble tea could be significant. It's coming through very, very heavy for me. It doesn't have to be, but yeah. Another message that's coming through, Pal 1, is you've touched this person's heart, Pal 1. Like, there's something about your gaze. It's very sharp, and it just draws this person in. And regardless of how far they go from you, Pal 1, there's something about you that pulls them back in. There's an eyelash on this particular card, which is the Knight of Cups. And yeah, you could take that as a sign. But right now your person's wondering, like in their thoughts, it's heavy, Are they going to accept? Are they going to reject? I'm hoping they do, but if they don't, then what do I do next? What's next for me? How do I maybe try to convince them a little bit? Or how do I come forward in an energy where they trust my intentions? So there's a lot of thinking right now, kind of a rest period that your person's going through after putting in all the effort to let go of what's not serving them, to walk away from what's not serving them, to, kind of prep their mindset as well about putting in the effort and the time towards this connection. And they really, really deeply desire renewal, Pal 1. But right now, it's more of, like, there's action-oriented energy. Yes, it's coming through very, very, very strongly. But at this point, when you're watching this video, it's also about, okay, well, how do I do this the right way? How do I approach this the right way? How do I show them what I truly feel? I've learned all of these lessons regarding, my emotions, and like I've tapped into my emotional depth, but I know it, but how do I let my person know it as well? So it's those kinds of thoughts that are going within your person right now. they're hoping, Pawan, I feel like saying it again, so I think it's very, very strong in their worry that, you know, they're really hoping that you will give them another chance. So it looks like maybe they did get a chance at one point and they messed up, but there's a lot of realizations. And I'm also getting earth and water. And it looks like at one point your person was comfortable being just one way, but they're also understanding that, you know, you need to flow and ebb as the connection goes. You need to be flexible in a connection as well. So that might also be another realization that's happening. So if this person was very, very rigid, or they wanted things to go only a certain way in your connection, yeah, a lot of deep truths that your person's understanding that it can't happen that way. Big theme for your reading in particular, Pawan, is this person understanding deeper aspects about the connection, about what a connection really means and is, and what their role in a connection is if they choose it, or if they want it to be deep and meaningful. All right? So that is what is going on in your person's current thoughts. Let me get you some messages that wanted to come out from them, all right? So I'm just going to keep the rest of your oracle cards over here. Let's see what wanted to come through. I know you love me. Beautiful. So I think that every time your person worries that you've moved on, or maybe that you might not choose them, I think deep down there is a lot of their intuition playing in, where they know that you love them. They trust that you love them, and that kind of brings about that hope within them as well. Is this how it was meant to end? Yes, I do get a little bit of that back and forth energy like we talked about, Palwan, where, you know, if you say no, Palwan, because the ball is in your court, at least this person's going to put the ball in your court very soon, it looks like. So if you say no, then, you know, this person's also thinking, well, okay, what's next? Is this how it was meant to end? I mean, intuitively, I feel that there's something more here, but is this all that we were ever meant to be? So a lot of those thoughts as well coming through. And honestly, I think that this person doesn't want to even think of a future without you, Palwan. But if it is what you want, then they will respect that. And so there's a lot of that fear also that's playing in as well. There is no path to you. So a little bit of past, and I guess I would say also present energy, because your person understands that they have to create the path towards you. So time could have passed, or you might have set boundaries for yourself. You might not be approachable right now, or at least this person perceives that you are not approachable. So this person understands that there might not be a path towards you right now, but they have to create one. And they're hoping that through creating that path towards you, you'll know how serious they are about restarting this connection, about bringing a renewal to this connection, all right? There's a lot of wanting to work with you to build stability as well. There's a lot of that desire that's coming through as well, all right? And these are the message cards that wanted to come through. Let me get you some more oracle cards, all right? Just to see what else wants to come through about your reading. I'll put this here, I'll put this here. Whoops. A lot of energies, I almost dropped that. So I've got your timing cards over here. All right, take your time. Think of questions related to timing. With timing, I do want to say, please be a little bit careful. They're always based on the current energies of when you're watching this video. So if the card comes out and it aligns with your intuition, most likely it's for you. If it comes out, doesn't align with your intuition, let it go. Don't force it to. It's probably for someone else, all right? So 3 cards over here. Take your time. Think of your question or questions. Pause this video if you have to. I'll let you know when I start opening the cards, all right? Alrighty, Palwan, I'm opening the cards now. The first one says 2 months. The second one says not with this current approach. The third one says when you move on. Okay, so this one's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to get into that, but let's get into these 2, all right? So not with this current approach. So regarding something that you've asked about. Maybe the way that you're approaching the situation, maybe your thoughts, your mindset, your belief systems, or even the way that you're showing up, your alignment. There's something that's not aligning with what you're asking about. So take some time, think about how you're approaching the situation, think about how you're showing up. What are the recurring thoughts that you're having? Is it actually serving what you're asking about, or is it going against it? How are you showing up in terms of the actions that you're taking, the emotions that you're feeling, or what you're saying to yourself, to other people? So there's something about the way that you're showing up or how you are solving the situation. That could also be another thing that might not be the most aligned way, or it might just not happen that way. You have to shift it a little bit. All right. So that is not with this current approach. It looks like with a little bit of shift, you'll be able to tap into what you've asked for. Then we have when you move on. So it could be, it doesn't have to be moving on from a person. It could be when you move on from a particular thought that's not serving you, or when you move on from a particular belief that is working against you, when you move on from being fixated about the situation, when you move on from, trying to put in too much control over the situation. So it's not necessarily about moving on from a person. It could also be moving on from the situation, moving on from the past hurt, the pain, the resentment also, or even just moving on from something that's not serving you about yourself as well. So take some time to think about that. It looks like you'll know, your intuition will tell you, well, okay, what is it that I need to move on? Take some time. You don't need to have all the answers today, all right? But take some time, ponder over it. It looks like something that either you're showing up, or your perspective of the situation, or even something that you might be holding on too tight. Yeah, you need to let go and you need to move on, all right, Pawan? So these are the 3 timing cards that wanted to come out for your reading, all right? Let's get into the other oracle cards that wanted to come out. So for this part of the reading, I usually keep it freestyle. It could be related to the reading. It doesn't have to be. It's just advice that wanted to come through for you. It could be for other parts of your life as well, all right? So take that as it resonates. Take it as it's either coming from your spirit guide team or your higher self, whichever one you resonate with, all right? So the first one that wanted to come is let go at the first sign of misalignment. Beautiful. This is actually something that I've been very, very, very intentional about for the past 2 years, and we'll talk a little bit deeper about that, all right? I am here, beautiful. 2929, renewal, embrace renewal, and fresh starts. Did we get renewal already for you? We did, right? Hold on. We did, I think. Yes, we did. We did get renewal already for you coming through. So, okay, let's start with let go at the first misalignment. So, oftentimes, when there is a misalignment, you'll know at the first sign of the misalignment. But the problem with all of us, not just, one person, me included, is that we tend to have hope, or we tend to feel that, okay, no, it will align in the future. But the problem with misalignment is, how with the airplane taking off, or anything to do with angles, right? So even though it's like maybe a 30-degree here, the distance between the line as well as the baseline, it increases, right? Even though the angle remains the same. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of a math geek over here, but increases over time. And that's how it is with misalignment, Even though you feel it's a small misalignment, over time, it actually kind of moves you further and further away from where you wish to be. And so the way to tackle that is to let go at the first sign of misalignment rather than waiting all the way here. It's easier to let go when you're here rather than letting go over here, because here you have a little bit of way to shift back into alignment, whereas over here there's a long way for you to go to shift back into alignment. All right, so this is actually something that I personally deeply resonate with, because I think that there's been a big pattern in my life, at least the first two and a half decades of it where I wouldn't let go. I just wouldn't let go, you know? And I think something that I've been very, very intentional about in the past 2 years is letting go at the first sign of misalignment. It doesn't matter if I have hope or I feel things will get better. No, if it's a misalignment, I let go at the first sign, you know? And that has actually helped me a lot to come into alignment with whatever it is that I'm asking about. And you'll always know the first sign of misalignment. You know, you'll know. There's no other way that I can put it. But letting go is usually where the trouble is. And so if there's some aspect of your life that you have been feeling very misaligned, but you are hoping that maybe in the future it will get better, or maybe in the future it will align automatically. No, it doesn't happen like that, you know? So let go at the first sign of misalignment. Okay, so it felt like sharing a little bit of my own experiences over there, so maybe someone needed to hear that. Now, I am here, so this usually comes out when you might not be fully present. You know, you might be worrying too much about the future, or you might be worrying about the past, like what's gone down. So this is a really, really good affirmation to bring you back to the present so that you're not worrying too much about the future, nor are you too hung up on the past. Now, if you've been doing that, then this might just be a confirmation or a thumbs up coming from your higher self that, you know, you're doing an amazing job of being present. All right. And then we have finally 2929 renewal wanting to come out for you. So I think that there is some kind of renewal that's happening whether or not you want this person back into your life, Pal 1. So if you don't want this person back into your life, I think that this connection in a way has led to a sense of renewal within you for other aspects of your life. So the person that you've become because of this connection might have led to a renewal of sorts in other aspects of your life. If you want this person back, I think that this pretty much is talking about renewal with this person, all right? So it might just be a little bit of a heads up coming up. It's a plane going over, so that might be a confirmation for some of you as well. Alrighty, Pal 1, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the clarity, comfort, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And my private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all the love, positive energy that you've been sending my way, whether it's with like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that you send in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal 1, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation. And I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Pal 2. For those of you who chose the orange highlighter, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, Pal 2. This is specifically for no contact and or separation situation. What is Pal 2's person currently thinking about Pal 2? What are their current thoughts about Pal 2 right now? Take those. Okay, just I want it to come out. And good. So let's see what we have here. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Temperance, Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. Okay, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, let me get you your oracle cards as well. All right, so we have Oyster. These are for later. Let me just keep them aside. Okay. Okay, we have Thinker. I did get that. Abandonment. Okay. Thunder. Discomfort. Nurturing. Miracle. Okay, a lot of chaotic energy, definitely, pal two. Especially with your person right now, you might not be hearing from them. They might not want to speak to anyone. I don't think that it's just you. Your person's very, very like clammed up. I mean, that's where the phrase comes from, I guess. You might have set boundaries with this person. Or you might have even moved on with your life, pal two, because you're triggering a lot of this person's abandonment wounds right now, which is why they've completely shut. I mean, I'm very, very uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure I'm tapping into your person's energy. It's kind of something that you've done or said. It's left them feeling very alone. But it's because of you letting them go, pal two. This person is understanding how beautiful the connection was. So there's a lot of reminiscing going on. And because of that, your person is very, very moody right now, pal two. Like, the energy that's coming through is they're very, very uncomfortable. They're moody. They're thinking about the past. They're wondering how this just slipped by them. And they're also tapping into some of their childhood wounds as well. So you might have set boundaries. I would not be surprised if you set boundaries. You were the one who initiated no contact, or when this person could have even ghosted you and then you just didn't allow them back into their life when they came along. There's something about you not waiting on them and you moving on with your life. That's kind of shocked them, because they were not expecting that from you or from this connection. They thought you would always be around. And now that you've taken your love away with you, this person is struggling to understand what to do, what to think about the situation. And frankly, they're a mess, pal two. Like, the energy is all over the place for me right now. And I think that's the energy that your person is in as well. I would not be surprised if this person reaches out to you. I also would not be surprised if this person sends you like a very, very long message, an emotional message about how they are missing you, and the loss of you is really making them spiral, because that's the energy that's coming through. It's coming through in their thoughts as well. I also would not be surprised if you get drunk texts from this person, because that is also the energy that's coming through. There's a very, very strong desire to just pour everything that they're feeling to you. I don't know how healthy that is, pal two, just from like a neutral party, but you will know based on your intuition and what you're feeling at that point in time. But given how there's so much of a mess within them right now, they might just be pouring it out because they don't know how to work through it. Like, that's the energy that's coming through. Even with respect to their emotions, their thoughts, there's a lot of imbalance that this person has to work through, pal two, and they're not there yet at all. They're not even at the starting point of that. Which is why I wasn't sure if them reaching out to you or pouring what's in their heart and their mind to you is healthy, because it's not something that they've worked through. It's too much discomfort to keep it within them and work through it. So they're just pouring it out in hopes that that would lighten their load. So I'm not too sure how healthy that is. But yes, Paltu, in their thoughts, it's very, very focused on you. They want to come forward. They see you moving on with your life, and frankly, it triggers them even more. There's a lot that this person has to work through, and I'm saying this as a neutral party and like someone who's able to tap into their energy. So even their thoughts, it's more focused about themselves right now, but it's about how your loss has had them spiraling, and they're feeling bad for themselves because they're the ones going through this, but they're not really taking into account what they've put you through and what led you to take that action against them. You get what I mean, Patu? So there's a bit of woe is me energy coming through from your person right now, which I guess explains the moodiness and, the clamming up. And there's a bit of this person, because you're triggering their abandonment wounds, Paltu, subconsciously this person has shifted into an energy where they are, I'm trying to say this, I'm trying to get the words to say this, so I might be a bit slow in the way that I speak, but they're basing their self-worth and their happiness on your actions now. They didn't do it before, but because you're triggering their abandonment wounds, it's kind of like if you come back or if you accept them, then it will be just like someone's attention or love that they really wanted at some point in their life. Could be their childhood, could be another person as well, but someone who was very significant to them. And they're equating it to that. So this person's going to chase you, Paltio, because you saying yes to them will make them feel good about themselves. But again, Paltio, just a warning as a neutral party, I don't know where this is coming from or which stage of their healing journey this person is going to be in when they reach out to you. Because clarity is yet to set in with this person based on current energies, all right? So your intuition will be able to tell you where this person is at and whether them reaching out to you, whether them bombarding you with like these messages, and like I see a flood of, their emotions just coming through for you. But when they do, Paltu, you have to be able to understand whether this person's intention is self-serving or it's an alignment for both of you to come together. That's going to be on you. Your intuition will be able to tell you that. Okay? Because as of the current energies, clarity has not set in. Honestly, it's very, very hazy, everything. There's not even an attempt right now to sort out or bring clarity. But right now they're focused very heavily on the abandonment wound that you've triggered. I don't think that you did it intentionally, but it's what it's triggered. So I would not be surprised, Paltu, if this person just, you get like 20 text messages from them in a span of like 10 minutes, or this person just keeps calling you until you pick up, or this person tries to talk to you, keeps trying to find ways to meet you, to tell you what they're feeling, because the energy is that there's a lot that this person's carrying within them. It's very, very uncomfortable for them, so they just want to let it out. It's not coming from a place of working through what they've been through and what they're feeling. It's just, this is just their way of releasing that load onto them, onto you actually. and hoping that they will feel lighter because of that. And your approval or rejection seems to, in some way, tie with their self-esteem and their self-worth right now. So it's uncomfortable. Like, even the energy that I'm feeling is quite uncomfortable, but there's something tying in. I would not be surprised if this person has some kind of mother wounds as well, because you're really triggering something, pal two, all right? And it's going to take time. It's going to take time for this person to gain clarity and work through what they're feeling and thinking. But right now, this person's tying a lot of their self-worth, self-esteem to you saying yes or no to them. Whether you wish to or not, that's completely onto you. You have free will, but this is where your person is at right now. So their next stages, pal two, just for your information, they have to first gain recognition of why they're feeling so uncomfortable with their thoughts and feelings. They have to work through that. They have to gain clarity about, what went down, what was their contribution to that, how to take responsibility for their side of things in what went down between the two of you, what led to this no contact and or separation. They need to heal at least a little bit of the abandonment wounds so that they stop projecting their abandonment wounds onto you. And they start taking responsibility for their self-esteem and their self-worth rather than putting that burden onto you, which is very, very unhealthy as well. Very, very moody energies from your person. Like, it's very all over the place, very deep in thought, yes, but it's not serving this connection. The thoughts are not serving this connection right now. Current energies, all right? So the next step that your person has to take is to gain clarity in what they're thinking and feeling and taking responsibility for their side of things. But that will take time. So your intuition will be able to tell you where this person is at with respect to their journey when they reach out, because I see a lot of bombarding, all right? This person is going to flood your inbox. They're going to try to meet you. They're going to do whatever it is, because it's kind of like a volcano bubbling, and they're so uncomfortable with their own thoughts and not being able to work through them that they just want to offload it to someone, and you're the someone that they feel would be able to take that pressure off of them, So just be a little bit careful about that, pal two, all right? A little bit of warning, a little bit of just advice coming through more so for you than about what is in this person's current thoughts, because their thoughts are all about you, yes. It's all about, but it's more about you, but in a way that's serving themselves and not aligned to you nor this connection. All right? So let's see other oracle cards that wanted to come out for your reading. Pile two. Let me put these away first. So a couple of message cards that wanted to come out. I'm just going to put the other oracle cards. So let's see what they want to say. So I don't understand you. Yes, I did get that. I think that your person, I guess because the abandonment wounds are so heavy, they're not understanding your actions or why you're doing what you're doing. It's more so either blaming you for why they're feeling this way, which is why there's such a strong need to offload all of that onto you, or this person doesn't want to understand at this point because it's more focused about themselves right now. So we have yes coming out in the healed energy. So maybe you were asking if this person's going to go on that healing journey. Then it looks like there's a yes coming out, that there is an intention, but it might take some time to get there. I'm tired of waiting for you. So a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of that woe is me energy coming through from your person there, rather than them stepping up and taking responsibility. They assumed at one point that you were just going to be there for them, or you were going to come for them. But when you didn't, that's when it triggered their abandonment wound and set off this whole thing that we got into in the reading. So I'm not surprised that this came out, all right? So after this, I've got a few timing cards for you, all right? Take your time, think of 1, 2, 3. You can think of 1 to 3 questions related to timing, but with timing, I do want to say please be a little bit careful. They're always based on the current energies of when you're watching this video. So if the card comes out and it aligns with your intuition, most likely it's for you. If it comes out, does not align with your intuition, let it go. Don't force it to. It's probably for someone else, all right? So take some time, pause this video if you have to. Think of your question or questions related to timing. I'm going to give you a few seconds and then I'll open the cards, all right? Alrighty, pal 2, I'm opening the cards now. The first one says 3 months. The second one says 1 year. The third one says Taurus season. All right, all 3 cards are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not really going to get into that. So usually when the timing is this clear, it means that the energy on your end is quite clear or is quite aligned. So this is when the timing starts to get clear as well for you. All right, so then I will also get into the other oracle cards that wanted to come out. So I usually keep this part of the reading a little bit more freestyle, you know, whatever advice or messages that want to come through for you. It could be related to this connection. It doesn't have to be. It could be other aspects of your life. I just usually keep it freestyle, all right? So let's see. Value experiences over possessions, okay? We have I am responsible. 5252 adaptation, adapt to changes with grace. All right, okay. So value experiences over possessions. So maybe the way that I see this is maybe there are, you know, some aspects of your life where you're considering whether to make a decision or not. Maybe it's going to take something out of your pocket, but it's actually going to give you a beautiful experience. Then this might be a way or a confirmation for you to take that step or to think more about the experience aspect of it, the non-materialistic benefits of the decision that you're going to make and how is it going to affect you, all right? This could also, I guess, a tiny way it could relate to the connection would be, you know, when this person comes back in, you know, you value where they are at, value what you are experiencing rather than the time that has passed or the connection, you know, how strong you feel about the connection or the memories that both of you have. Value what you are currently experiencing. Tap into your current intuition about what is going on rather than basing your judgment on what went down at some point with this person. All right, a little bit far-fetched, I know, but it is a message that wanted to come through, so I'm going to share it with you. So I am responsible. So a little bit of a unique way where this message is coming through for me. It's actually the opposite. The message coming through for me is the opposite, Paltu, and that's very interesting because I don't think that's happened before. But this one is telling me you are not responsible for this person's healing journey, Paltu, all right? You are responsible for yours. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your happiness. You are not responsible for this person's you know, choices. You're not responsible for the decisions that they make. You're not responsible for their healing journey, all right? This is something that I say all the time. You can ask my friends as well. But the best thing that you can do for yourself in this life is to understand what is your responsibility, but most importantly, what isn't your responsibility. And for me, it has taken a long time for me to even understand that, to even comprehend that, and let alone applying that for my life. But when you do, when you start looking at the experiences that you're going through about, okay, well, is this my responsibility or is this not? Should I take this on or should I not? And the more you can gain clarity about that, Paltu, the easier it becomes for you to navigate your own experiences, because the load off of you is much, much lighter because you're only taking what you are responsible for. You're not taking on someone else's load. So this is why I always keep saying this, because I've had to learn this through very, very hard lessons in my life. So the most important thing that you can do for yourself, you know, the biggest way that you can love yourself is to understand what is your responsibility, but most importantly, what is not your responsibility. All right, so that is a big message that's coming through from this particular card for me. Now, adaptation, so adapt to changes with grace. And this could be maybe, you know, with this person coming in, because they're definitely going to, that's a very, very heavy energy coming through. So maybe it's going to be a change of situation for you, pal two. So maybe you might have to adapt to what's going on currently in that situation with where this person is at, rather than maybe you might have made a decision that I'm never going to let this person back in, or I'm going to allow this person back in when they come in. But life doesn't work that way, right? So it's not about what you resolve, it's about how flexible you are and how you adapt when the situation arises. So it's okay to change your mind. That's one message that's coming through. And number two, you might have to adapt to the current situation given the information that's coming through, as well as your intuition as well. Okay? So these are the messages that wanted to come through for you, pal two. I really hope that this reading brought you the clarity, comfort, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And my private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and positive energy you've been sending my way, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comment, the tips that you send in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal 2, take care. You always have free will. Trust your intuition, and I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation. All right? Bye-bye.